Yo, greetings, goddesses, gods of the moon. Deep thought. I'm just driving in, trying to deep thought, and I was thinking, what really cracks, what I don't really believe in bowing down to people, bowing down to a god or a prophet or a visionary, or you know how some people do, they bow down because they think they're sacred because they're from India and all this stuff. But listen, man, you're giving your power away when you bow down. Why are you bowing down? So you're giving authority. You're this person, this being, this God has authority over you. Now it controls you, and you are unaware of this. The only thing higher than you is yourself. The only thing higher than yourself is nature. But the higher self is nature. It's in nature. It is nature. It is God, the prophet. So why are we giving away power to one? Why? Why is this? Why do we do this? We do not bow down to one. We walk in harmony as one. Right? Because why are you bowing down to another student, the servant of their higher self? So now this higher self is in this other being of higher being or whatever is instilling you, the one bowing down, that you're accepting. This seems sort of manipulating, right? That's not manipulating. I don't know what is. But why do we need that? We don't need that. What the new earth is doing, what the new color is doing, is we're changing that. You see, and they're scared of that, but we're not disregarding it. We want to walk side by side. We don't need to be bowing down to yogis and all this other fucking nonsense. These other labels. And that's why I say, it's hard to describe what sort of path I'm on. I'm not on a yoga path. I'm not on a Reiki path. I'm not on a traditional path. It's a path. It's a craft. It's the way who I am, the soul. The soul. So, in other words, to be more clarifying for people, is you just can say that. See, that's my anger coming out. Fucking bullshit. Pissing me off, man. Alright, so label, what do we call it? What kind of path is this? It's just life. It's fucking life. There's no label for it. There's nothing to label. And this is why, in the West, especially over here, glamorize all this shit. Glamorize stuff, so we need stuff. We need to call things because a certain group of people said so. See, again, we're giving power away. It's where we give our power away. And that's how I feel about communities now. Not on a third dimensional level, okay? On the 3 and 4D level, you give your power away when we give our way to commercialized communities, such as in these little studios, these little things and whatnot, to generate money for them. You see, because it's different. We don't know truly deep down inside what they're thinking, but you can only tell by their actions. That's it. If they do what they say, then they're in for the common good. Then they're giving back. But to have to, that's sick that you got to make a business out of it. So what type of path is this? This type of path is, you can say, it's shamanic in a sense. It's eclectic. It's the eclectic style, and it's, the way eclectics work. The eclectic is for the anxious one, the one who really has chronic anxiety. It's what we call well, not even that. It's more of ADHD issue. So I guess you could say, and more of an addictive personality in a sense, because that's what it is. So it's eclectic. We pick at different everything, and get a little bit of pollen out of it, a little bit of honey out of it, or a little bit of pollen out of it, just like the bees do, Yeah, fucking shit. So, it just irks me to see, even when I went to church, when I was an altar boy and this and that, the more you expand the mind, this type of path is about mind expansion, right? Self-individualism, self-observation, self-talk, because who are we really alone with? Who we're really alone with, We're always alone. When we go to sleep, we're alone. We fall asleep, we're alone. We're alone in our sleep. But we exist elsewhere because we have dreams, and we have memories, and we have experience. These places are in fourth dimensional reality. If you really think about it, we are actually fourth dimensional beings. But anyway, that's a whole other story to get into other than that. But this whole labeling thing, it just, and I see it more and more, and this is why I don't get along with, I'm not saying I don't get along, it's that it's kind of insulting to my soul to see an individual or a group, just about tradition. Man, I get all that, making you feel good and all that, but again, that's the lineage, right? That is the lineage. And the lineage is in control. But with this new earth, there's a new lineage. We are the pioneers of this new lineage. The new lineage of awareness, self-awareness. If everyone was to just self-observe themselves and write about themselves, you would see the world would change. The world would change drastically. And I'm not talking about writing about what you were instilled from society or whatever, just from what's not. That don't even matter, because again, that's third dimensional. What you write about is the soul, and the soul's not some theories or whatever. These are just things, mental realms, that a lot of people don't believe in. Mental realms, and they don't actually exist because they're not here. Exactly. That's why there's different levels of thinking. How do you not see that? How does anyone not see that? You listen to a radio show, talk show. You can hear the different levels of thinking and the ignorance in that because of the constraints of the third dimension. Fourth dimension, because technically we all live in fourth dimension, but we walk in 3D. So that's multi there, right? But again, this is what shamanic path is about. It's just about mind expansion, your own mind. But everything around you, you have to make some sort of sense out of it, because there's a reason why we are experiencing this. There's a reason why it has come into our lives for some reason. It's just like a sign, like some bird flying in. Oh, wow, a bird landed on my hood. The same thing as you open up your phone and boom, there's the headline news of whatever. Why do I need this? Well, they're giving it to me, but remember that that's a symbol. That's a symbol of something going on with you individually, whether it's here or in a non-ordinary reality in the mental realms. So the whole labeling thing, and again, it's they all, I don't know, man. It just seems, it almost seems to be fake for some reason. This is not really what it is. I mean, maybe I'm just looking beyond the community. I think that might be it, maybe. So I'm looking beyond the community, because I see a global thing going on with whatever it is I'm doing. But because if I've already went through a few, studios, we'll just call them studios. I already went through a few of them, and it's a lot of it's female dominated, and they don't like the truth of who I am. But I'm not nobody. I mean, whoever really knows me in these videos. They'll know that, you got to go through the depths of hell to get to any kind of enlightenment. That's the bottom line. And then that's why people will perceive as, wow, you're not telling the truth. You're talking a bunch of shit. You quack. Well, yeah, because that's my mind. That's not your mind. See, there's the ignorance there. They don't believe that people have different perceptions, or and I guess that's the way. They're molded out of culture, because culture is meant to control the. It's a plot. It's sort of like a plot to stop the mind expansion, to stop the mind from expanding, because of language. So this is a whole different view, and really listen to what people say and act and do, and listen to the words that come out of their mouth. Especially now when you have a higher perspective, you can listen to the context of everything what they're saying, and then in your mind you're like, that's not, but that don't mean that. You dig? Like, that don't mean that at all. That's you see now. That's the ignorance. You recognize and you go, wow. But don't sit there and dwell and like, that's dude's ignorant. That's not right, because you don't know. You just know what you know. You dig? Like, so don't put them down. We just take it in, even though it offends us in a way, because we know they're wrong in a sense. But that's the ego. So we just gotta like sit with it. And you have that affirmation. I am the philosopher, or I am whatever the fuck it is that you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and fuck you. Look, see people here. This is ignorance here, pure ignorance. Now the city's gonna let me go, but this dumb lady. Look at this shit, man. What the fuck is wrong with people? Fucking dude, that's fucking ignorant. Pure ignorance. Fucking Jesus. What is this shit? Alright, so I just thought I'd drop that line today. What the fuck is going on here, man? There's like huge leaf piles everywhere, like in the middle of the street. Like, dude, what the fuck?